Welcome to Slay the Spire. We're going to do Silent Run today. We're going to try to make it through A1. Considering the last time, I think the last run we did was an A0 on this same hero. We started off with a rare card. Going to go with Corpse Explosion right off the bat, so it'll make our AoE nice and easy. There we go. There's our YouTube intro, which I meant to do, yet I forgot. Utilize and defend, just to only take 1 damage. The Silent's a cool character. I feel like it tends to be fairly easy. She has really good abilities and spells and cards and stuff. Her relics are strong. We could keep going with the AoE, or we could focus down the big target. If we're gonna build our deck around Corpse Explosion, does it exhaust? It does not exhaust, so we could actually use it more than once. Yep, I'll take 175 gold for that. Especially if we're looking to do mostly poison. Do I want to heal at all? No. Do I want to remove a card? Not right before a shop, I don't. Oh, Happy Flower with a noxious too. This seems good. This seems great. Never gonna turn that down. Run in order. Energy's never bad, and a Sucker Punch. Alright. I think we're off to a strong start here. I think those are all good cards. And an exceptional relic. This is fantastic. Plus, getting an early bandage up. Never gonna complain about that. Actually neutralize this guy and do damage to this guy. I guess I should have done this. We're only 1 energy down, or we're only 1 HP down. I don't think it's worth using a bandage in case we take an attack on this next one, especially since we're going to be frailed. Especially since we're going to be frail. And then we get an extra energy. Nice. Oh, the Corpse Explosion. I was hoping it would do a cool animation, but unfortunately it did not. Noxious Fumes. Go spec more into the AoE. Hopefully this is the... Oh, it's not. Okay. So I know that we can't do poison to this guy right away. But we can put a weak on him. Do we just go straight away? Maybe we try to line up for the Happy Flower for our go turn. Do we get an extra energy? Well, it's gonna happen this turn anyway, so I guess it doesn't really... Actually, nothing's gonna happen this turn. Because he's not even poisoned. We can weaken him, but it doesn't make any difference. We would not have broken through the metallicize anyway. This is kind of an annoying start. We could Distilled Chaos, even though we only have 2 cards, actually. That's no. We'll take 5 to start off the fight. Not the best, but that's okay. Now we could Distilled Chaos. We could get a couple of good cards. We could get a Corpse Explosion. Being the first elite of the run, I'm not going to complain about that. Weaken him. And we have all the damage block we need, and we can bandage up for full use of that. Very cool. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that Distilled Chaos. It's a bit of a waste, but being the first one, he's always going to be a little bit harder than a later elite. As long as my deck has any form of competence whatsoever. Which, so far, it's looking okay. We can get out of the Lagavulin with only 2 damage. I'm never going to complain about that. Fortunately, he is going to make us worse. I'm going to do poison just because I think that's actually more damage overall. Over 2 turns, 6 poison on top of the poison we already have is going to be much higher damage and much higher impact. Can I get him to 21? I don't think so. Get rid of a strike. Sucker Punch is just great. Lowers damage taken, and he's dead next turn. For a first elite fight, that could have gone worse. I was hoping for an AoE fight, but you know what? That's not bad. Doubt, kind of an annoying curse. But if we're specking into poison, it's not the end of the world. Gremlin Horn, really nice. Alright, AoE we have sorted. I don't think I want any of these. Maybe I'll take this. I've never tried Caltrops. I want to at least give it a shot before I say it's bad. Like 9 poison. 3 poison. Bane is just going to be a good card in this deck, I think. We have lots of ways to apply poison in an AoE and do tons of damage. This is what I was hoping for. Give me a Noxious Fumes and then a Corpse Explosion. Okay, that is neither of those. Let's use this early. So get the artifact off the middle one, because it's the highest health. And then we can discard one of these. Get it down. So if we land a Corpse Explosion on this guy, we win the fight instantly. Which is ideal. Kind of what I want. Well, not instantly. We actually have to kill him, but still. Pretty quick. Nice, we got it. I'm gonna take a lot of damage, but I think dealing more damage to him earlier will be better. Because I only need to do 12 damage next turn and then we win. So if I draw 3 strikes, which we don't have. Okay, if I draw Bane, we win. Hopefully, we did not draw Bane. Okay. Wow, we draw nothing. Wow. Horrible. Horrible turn. That went terrible. This elite fight was so much harder than the other one, even though I thought this one was going to be the easy one. But just because our draws were not good. Did I already bandage? I think I did. Okay, I just want to make sure I actually used it. There we go. I expected that to be much easier. Normal enemies drop an additional card. Wow. I block in 2 cards with the energy we have? It's not the end of the world. Yes, thank you. Always love a treasure chest. Starting off with 6 poison. Really nice. This is more damage. Getting as much damage out on turn 1 against the Birdman. What is it? What is it called? A cultist? Yeah. 6. Bane! 14 damage. Nice. I think we have to maintain our health. So with a poison, I think we want to be a little bit more defensive. I think that's really the play here. Is we want to be as defensive as possible. We want to make sure we're taking no damage every turn. Just so we slow burn out the poison. We only need to do 4 damage this turn and then we're good. So, this could have gone worse. Caltrops once again. Although, Caltrops worked really well if we're looking for a defensive deck. So, I don't mind that. It's an extra Caltrops if we're looking to be defensive. What I need now is a Mummified Hand. Deal 9 damage and draw a card. I like this just to cycle a little bit, and it's also a good attack, so I'm gonna go for it. If we could drop some like strikes and stuff, that would be awesome. Ooh, healing. Then we wouldn't have to rest. With a bandage, we could definitely handle regret. This is an annoying one to do. Noxious Fumes is going to work well. I want to heal. I really need to be high health when we start up that slime fight, because I think the start of the fight is going to be quite slow. Give me 2 potions. Do I want to upgrade, or do I want to question mark? I definitely want to upgrade. My cards are weak. There's more poison, that's no good. This would be better for the fight. This will also be decent for the fight. This will also be good for the fight. Let's do a noxious fumes, I think. Or do I want to kill stuff faster? Maybe I want to kill stuff faster. I don't have any vulnerable. This just makes me want to play this card more, I think, which is great. Alright, we're going to start this fight with a lot of energy. So hopefully we draw some good cards. Hopefully we draw acrobatics, actually. That would be great. Maybe I should have just all-in'd doing damage. I might have been able to kill him this turn. If I did. Oh, maybe not. What did I discard? I discarded a strike. I would have done 18 more damage. I think I would have been a little bit short. Oh no, I would have actually killed him this turn. That was a massive display. Taking a lot of damage I didn't need to. Especially with caltrops. Oh, sneezy. Oh well. You live and you learn. Hopefully faster rather than slower, but a retain would be nice. Man, I need a mummified hand so bad. I am gonna take a well-laid plans. Oh, and another caltrops. That might be too many, but it would be really funny. I love having like 6 copies of a card in my deck. Although this one seems so useless. I want to play defensive, but I have no defensive cards to be defensive with. Do I really need to heal for 10? I don't think so. A better Noxious Fumes would be good. Retain 2 cards would also be good. Nine damage in 2 weak. I like that. I think I want the better Noxious Fumes, just for the AoE. It's kind of low damage, but it makes it better for this. Okay, we start with exactly no powers, so I'm not happy about that. We're gonna drink some sugar, though. Okay. Okay. Well-laid plans. I like that. I like that. Wait, we have a second Sucker Punch that's not upgraded? I thought we just upgraded Sucker Punch. Maybe we did. Okay. Almost 30 damage, turn 1. Not gonna complain. We have plenty of energy in reserve, plus with this, so that's not a big deal. Nice, we get Noxious Fumes and Caltrops off, both on the same turn. We can bandage up. And defend. I'm not gonna be able to do 40 damage next turn, so I'm gonna take the big hit. Don't love that. 35, okay. Yeah, that's a lot. And we could drink a potion here and take a second Caltrops. Or we could drink a potion and mitigate 10 damage, so we're only at 25. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. We can retain this for next turn. I forgot about retain, but glad we have it. Glad you're here for the party. We take 25. It sucks. I wonder if this guy triggering... I'm never going to kill him, actually. That's not even worth thinking. This is going to do a ton. This will pop him back to Wonderland. So he'll split at a fairly low life pool. I could do potentially one more attack, but likelihood is I'm actually just going to draw Slimed. I'm going to keep back foot. And we're going to have 2 29s. I'm okay with that. We can deal 29. Like, not super easily, but acceptably. Get rid of my Dow. I am disappointed I got no attacks this, like only one attack this turn. Let's hold on to a defense. Most of these don't matter. How many slimes do we have? 2. And he is like 1 away from being split. So now we can just own this guy and not get a second split. Nice. Do that. Oh. This is a lucky thing. So his poison will proc and kill this guy. So we're actually fine. We're done this fight. Just in case it doesn't work the way I think it does. Yeah, we're good. Oh, after image would be so nice. This is exactly what we need. This is also really good, but I think this is better. We're playing lots of cards that are all really cheap, and I want to play defensive. Ooh, exactly what I want. I don't want these strike and defends. They suck. I no longer gain gold. Let's do this. This could just, like, completely change my deck. Okay, it has really, really changed my deck. I got a second corpse explosion. What is this? Deal 8 damage twice. Decrease the damage of this card 2 by this combat. Shivs. A discard thing. Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't know if that's good or not, but it's better than strikes, I think. We could go for this shop, see how much gold we get, and then if we don't get enough gold, we could skip it and go for this shop instead. And then if we decide both these shops are stupid, we could just get both of these elites and then continue on. This path could get us no. This path could be 1, 2, just 2 elites. Is there a 3 elite path? 1, 2, no. I don't think so. Alright, I think this is the direction to go either way. Oh. We are not going to be able to beat that guy. Early. We're going to be able to beat him, but not like as quickly as I would like. This turn, your next skill is played twice. So we could clear off of his, most of his barricade. Or his artifact, I'm sorry. So he actually takes the corpse explosion, which is kind of useless. I would have preferred the corpse explosion applied first, but whatever. We can adrenaline. Just feet, I guess. Backflip. An upgraded backflip would be awesome. Let's survivor just to make sure we aren't starting off with damage taken. And then we could sucker punch and neutralize. And then he'll start ticking down to poison, so we'll be okay. I don't like being super frail, but you know what? That's life in the fast lane. That is life in the fast lane for us today. Hopefully we can draw that bandage back before the end of this fight, just because I've taken quite a bit. We could... I wish we could double corpse explosion here, but we cannot. Deflect seems really bad. It's just like a dead draw. Why ever draw that card on purpose? I could drink this and actually kill him this turn, which I'm going to. It's a little annoying, but I don't want to take the extra damage. We're out of potions now. Terror is what I actually wanted. Our attack so much better. And I'm gonna skip here. I think we're getting to the point where we have too many cards and we need to start cutting them, not adding bad ones. Because we've already figured out what our plan is. We want to play a defensive poison deck. Let's Bane just to avoid some damage. Dexterity. Do I have another block I can even play this turn? Yes, I do. 11. We can neutralize for sure. And I think Dagger Throw is the way to go, but I don't want to draw something good. I mean, this is 16 right off the bat, so we might as well do that. That's gonna be a dead card in a little while, though. I don't love that one in the deck. It's better than a strike for sure. Is it better than something else, I love reflex. Great card. Okay, not if I draw the two things I wanted to draw. Maybe I don't need all the powers in a shorter fight like that. Well, it should be fairly short. To be honest, I'm not really sure. Go down to 10. Can bandage up. Caltrops. Oh, that dazes me. Oh, I should have played that, and then I would have got an extra. I would have got an extra health. Oh, I take more damage now. That's no good. Too many ethereals. We're gonna take a lot of damage this turn. I never really understand how to play this fight. Because I build a lot of decks with skills. So not being able to cast any of my skills is really weird. Put her up to 12. Yeah, we're gonna take a lot of damage. We'll win next turn, but damn. A lot of damage. Arguably too much damage for a hallway fight, but you know what? That's life. I'm not confident this was a good pick. With an unceasing top, I would totally take something like Slice, but... This is nice. I don't mind an extra exhaust card. Ooh. I'll transform 2 cards. I don't want to transform a thing into another one. Something like Glass Knife. I think that could be transformed. And maybe Burst? I know we have a combo. Actually, Storm of Steel is just bad, I think. Wraith Form and Dagger Throw. Okay. Okay. We could remove a card. Yeah, let's remove a card and check if they have any good potions. Not really. I do like a ritual, obviously, but... Deep Breath seems nice. This also seems really nice. Let's remove one of our curses. And take a deep breath, I think. We have loads of stuff we want to draw that doesn't do anything. How many discard cards? Being able to cycle plenty will be nice. This discards. I have Survivor, that'll discard, and this discards. I don't think it's enough, but I think it's useful. I think maybe we could build into it. We could get a question mark, then a thing, then another shop. I like that path better. Because I don't need this next shop. So I don't want to force myself into it. Oh, yeah, I'll fight you. I love an AoE fight. You're speaking my language now. Let's do the little one. Along with a Neutralize and a Caltrops. Do I want to draw anything? Not really. I want to kill this guy as fast as possible. That's my whole goal this fight. Which is going to happen really quick. So, no big deal. I think that's going to be Entangle, right? Oh no, Dexterity. Let's After Image. Can I kill him this turn with a Terra? 13. Yes, he can die this turn. So I'm gonna survive her off footwork. And then kill this guy. And these guys will be much easier after that. So he'll be at 11, he'll be at 8. Okay. Not really what I wanted. Getting that value. Can I do 17 to you? I think I'm a little bit short of 17, unfortunately. That gains me 2 block. Oh no, it actually gives me more block than that because of my... Quick slash, see if I can draw anything useful. That's close. Not quite though. Weaken you a bit? Go down to 13. Okay. I think I misplayed this pretty bad. We kill him either way, but I'm gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, I should have played my... I keep forgetting to play my doppelgangers. It'll just save me damage. This is never bad. Who's my boss? The Guardian. Or the Champion. Oh, I'm kind of low health. I want to fight a regular. Oh, you're gonna do damage to me though. Down to 15. Give me an adrenaline, maybe? If I could upgrade those, I could actually use them. They would actually do stuff. That would be cool. Another 15. My phone. Yes. It's coming together. It's coming together. We didn't draw anything we want to discard. This would actually be really good to play this turn. So, and we've already blocked everything we need to. So I think I'm going to get rid of a quick slash since we're not going to have the energy to use it anyway. And I'm going to do a caltrop. So that's going to be 9 extra damage. And having him do damage to himself, I don't think triggers malleable. Yeah, it doesn't. So we're good. And then he plans to not do anything this turn. And of course, now we draw all powers. God, imagine if I had a freaking mummified hand. It'd be so good. I'm gonna hang on to Piercing Will. Next time he attacks, I can just do that. Yeah. So I can just Piercing Wail here and then we're good to go. We'll take 3 damage, but we can block up 3 damage. Heal up. And then I can Corpse Explosion. Because he only does 3 damage. I'm gonna retain a Reflex. We do have a couple things that discard, so we're chilling. We get a Happy Flower this turn too. That's a lot of damage. Can I do 16? Yeah, I can. Silly question. Silly question. Can I do 16 damage? Who do I think I'm talking to? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Ooh, a second Piercing Wail seems good. We got some heavy hitters coming up. We definitely need to heal. Only healing 18 seems pathetic though. I have so little max health, it heals for nothing. We don't have any money, so I can't even remove a card. It would avoid this miserable fight, but... Let's start with a piercing one. Yeah, I am. Oh, we could start with a weaker piercing whale. Is there anything we even want to draw? Every power I have is good. Oh, okay, well. Ooh. Alright. Money happening. Money working. And I can hang on to Piercing Whale now with Retain, so that's pretty nice. Never gonna complain about that. And after image, terror, neutralize. Gets down to 12. So I'm gonna wail again. God, we have not done very much damage. Not at all. Oh, a Wraith form is a really convenient timing. Two intangible seems very useful. Really, really convenient timing on that. I'm glad. Oh. We can start up with a strong old Bane. But I think double Caltrops here actually does as much damage as Bane does. Okay, not quite. Close, though. What are we gonna pull this turn? Double Doppelganger into a Survivor. Alright, we've moved past being ethereal now, though. And now we're starting to lose some big dexterity. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. Although I do have another intangible if we need it. We may need it. I can't block 30 damage right now. I can't. Turn on? Okay. Deep breath. Draw a wound. That ain't good. 17. Okay, we actually don't need to use this right now. But this is the elite fight. So let's just do this. Let's hang on to a corpse explosion. I don't think that's our best card in our hand right now, but I can't figure out how to use Doppelganger. We basically need a turn off, but this guy doesn't take turns off. He just beats me to death all the time. Caltrops is nice against that kind of hero. Oh, that's so good. Especially against the champion. Oh, a calculated gamble. With how thick our deck is, I love a calculated gamble. Seems really good. Alright, what do we want to start every game with? Starting every fight with an after image seems good. But ramping up faster with Noxious Fumes on first turn seems good as well. I think I'm going to do that. We have loads of defensive cards. I think we need to rest again. Oh no, we have a couple more. We can actually make for once. That seems really good. What does this do? Being able to calculate a gamble more in how massive our deck is, I think would probably be really good. And upgrade another card seems fun. Ooh, and a treasure chest. Heck yeah. Wow, that's gonna do so much work. We might not actually have to rest at all in our next fight. Or before our next fight. Just because of how much this is gonna heal us. That becomes free. This gives us 12. 3 intangible against the big man. That could save our bacon a couple of times. This is innate, so we basically get a bottled tornado. Starting every fight with the noxious fumes and an afterimage seems pretty good. Retaining 2 cards also. I'm gonna do this. Having an innate seems good, and then what would be awesome is making getting the bottled whatever to do skills, and then getting the other thing, the calculated gamble, because then I can just play the cards I like, discard all the ones I don't, and then hopefully I'll draw a reflex or a tactician, and then also get more energy and cards for next time. This is good. Get all of my good cards out now. So I don't have to deal with them being way too expensive later. See, now I'm just gonna be confused, but I still have a bunch of cards that like go up or down in value. Okay, these all went up. That's real bad. Every single one of them. Does he do a lot of like individual attacks? I don't even know. I don't think he does. I think he just does. I think he just does single attacks. So maybe we don't prioritize a Caltrops here, and we just avoid the damage. Get rid of a dagger throw. God, confused is really annoying. I'm glad we got off noxious fumes, because it's gonna take all we have just to survive these annoying turns. Like a free corpse explosion, that's nice. A regular price backflip, that's okay. A cheaper wraith form. And let's get out a doppelganger, because I don't really care much about the other thing. 3 turns should be enough to actually kill this guy. As long as I apply a little bit more damage. Oh my god, a 3-cost adrenaline is no good. Do this. And I want as much damage as possible, just to end this turn within my next one. Because I only have 1 more ethereal. So the next turn I'm actually going to take quite a bit of damage. 9, 12, okay. Free footwork. Free quick slash. Sucker punch gets us down enough. It's enough damage. That could have gone worse. I could foresee a worst case scenario that went worse than that. Prepared is great. Do I want a 3rd piercing whale? I don't think so. Again, still working on getting more consistent with being okay with skipping. I want as many cards as possible all the time. So it makes it. This is a pretty big blessing of the fort. Let's after image first. We could piercing whale right off the bat. Or we could noxious fumes. I think I want a corpse explosion, and I want a piercing whale. Because then nobody does anything. And this doesn't exhaust, and it does very little, and I could draw a 0 cost. Okay, no idea. But the idea is just kill this guy. Not worry about this guy, kill this guy. And the poison's gonna do that work for us. So. Let's terror this guy. Then quick slash him. Hit him with the deflect, a sucker punch, and a bandage. And that, you know, there have been worse turns that have been had in Slay the Spire, I think. Not that, you know, I've obviously never had a worse turn than that. I did forget about Fossilized Helix, so that's really convenient. We could Piercing Whale him once again. I'm gonna Piercing Whale, and then do this, and then I'm gonna get rid of this card because it's never useful. I'm using all my energy every single turn, just to try to make it through. So he's dead in a turn. Can I block 19 this turn? It looks unlikely. But I could probably do enough damage to actually kill him. Yeah, I can. So I'm gonna discard a well-laid... This doesn't actually matter because the fight's over. But get rid of a doppelganger. Draw 2 more. And I'm gonna play all these cards just because I think it's fun. Imagine if there was an encounter at some point that, like, it dealt damage to you based on the number of cards you have played. I know the heart does, like, every card you do play. But it would be cool if there was one that did, like, a little bit different than Life 4 piece and too weak to all enemies. That seems fun. An upgraded backflip seems okay, but our deck is so thick, and we have a so slight extra energy. It's not really... It's struggling. We're not doing great, and an upgraded prepared seems really nice. Draw 3 cards. I think I do want to be able to do more stuff, and Adrenaline's going to help me do that. Adrenaline is just an upgraded Turbo. It's just better than Turbo. It's crazy. Although 3 energy is a pretty big deal. After Image, Noxious Fumes. Fantastic. Strong start. We can Dagger Throw to get an additional energy from our Tactician. We can Backflip to make sure we draw extra cards. We can Caltrops for the long term in this fight. And this will make us take 2 damage. So let's do this first. We can drop our well-laid plans, which is really nice. Get us to 11, and we'll take 1 damage, which is going to burst our fossilized helix, which is really depressing. Actually, it will not if we do this, right? So this acts like a metallicize. Yes. So this will actually save our helix. I'm going to hang on to a piercing wail for a worst case scenario. But our fossilized helix is still up. Noxious Fumes is up. And we only have to mitigate 12 damage this turn. So I'm okay with that. Deflect. Adrenaline. We draw 2 doppelgangers. Really depressing. Although we can now pull it with Calculated Gamble because we don't need our piercing wail at the moment. Hit him with a corpse explosion. Bane. Deflect. I feel like we're ramping up. I feel like our damage is scaling, and we're doing okay. We are an incredibly defensive deck. We do so little damage. Do a little bit of damage to him now. I want the extra cards right now, not the energy. And then we can get rid of this for a Tactician. Do this. We could burst for Survivor. And that should block enough. We don't need either of these right now. Okay. I'm okay with that. We do damage so slow. And he's gonna get rid of all of this. We're gonna do this at the end of the fight, not the beginning. An extra Caltrops. Very cool. Let's prepare first, see what we get. We got a Footwork, very cool. Let's get rid of this, we don't need this. Footwork, yes. Quick Slash, no. Sucker Punch, yes. We don't need to draw an additional card right now. No, the energy for it anyway. What are we gonna draw? Terror, Backflip, or Corpse Explosion? Luckily, he's not giving us Frail. Our Fossilized Helix is still available. We could Terror him, but he's just gonna remove it. So what's the point? 18. Maybe this is a good turn for Fossilized Helix to take effect. Well, maybe we won't need to. No, we won't need to. Get rid of a doppelganger. Actually, we could play a doppelganger and just get rid of it. And we will retain... we'll continue retaining our piercing whale. I think this guy does have multiple attacks. Where he does like 11 each attack, and a piercing whale would be really nice for that. He's gonna buff up this turn. Not sure what that buff is. Normally if I beat this guy, it's because the fight went really not long at all. It was really quick. This is sort of the opposite of that so far. Do I have any way to discard? Get more energy next turn with a doppelganger. Then I could deep breath, but deep breath doesn't really do anything. Keep hanging on to piercing whale. 23 damage is nice. Oh, he puts on some metallicize. Interesting. Okay. Nothing we really want to drop. We could... I don't want to drop piercing whale. We could burst bandage at some point in this fight. That would be cool. Don't need this right now. I'm gonna Bane, get a little bit of damage, block up, and we are okay. It's a slow fight. It's a bit of a meandering fight, but we're getting there. That attack was called Face Slap. Was this his? Is this his buff? This is where he goes crazy. I don't want to exhaust this, but well, I guess I could exhaust it before he goes crazy. I guess it doesn't really matter. I want to do as much damage as I can this turn. Okay, I guess that's as much damage as I can. I'm going to start retaining Wraith Form, because I think we're getting close to the point where he's going to start losing his mind and going crazy. Yeah, this. So he's going to clear all his buffs. And then he's going to hit for like 50. Yeah, this is what I didn't want. So now it's time for Wraith Form, I think. Let's take a Wraith Form. We still haven't used our Fossilized Helix, which is nice. We can weaken him a little bit, draw a card and discard one. I want to play a Corpse Explosion at some point, but we can weaken him in the meantime. And I'm going to hang on to Corpse Explosion just to get my poison jump started once again. Because we'll get another 3 poison, but I want to make sure he dies within this intangibility and not... Because he's just going to keep doing giant... Like, this is supposed to be like a 50 attack or something. Something ridiculous. Luckily, we can block up to 23, so that's not too bad. And this fight will probably last 3 more turns. 13 is not the end of the world. We can deal with a 13. A 13 damage attack. That's okay. Draw some extra cards. We could play a Piercing Whale now, but I think I'd rather play a defensive card like this one. A block. Get up to 7. We still have a Fossilized Helix. What we could do is calculate a gamble. Then draw Prepared. To get a Tactician. I don't think we're that far off of an infinite. Let's Dagger Throw first. Actually, you know what? Let's Deep Breath first. Draw a card. We're almost to where we want to be. We could Survivor, but I'd rather Backflip. Or a Deflect. Imagine if we had 1,000 cuts, man, it'd be crazy. 1,000 cuts works so well in Silent. You end up, at least the decks I play, I end up playing so many cards every single turn. Just because I'm still on 3 energy, and I'm just chilling. Now is a great turn for a Piercing Whale. get that down significantly, and then I can also play a second Piercing Wail to do 6. Yeah, I'm happy about that. What I should have done was just burst Piercing Wail rather than using both of them, but you know what? That's the mistake of the day that I've currently made. We can also weaken him to make sure that we take no damage, and Fossilized Helix is still available. Next turn we're gonna burst. We're gonna burst a Prepared, I think. That's probably gonna be our best case scenario, because I've misplayed that last turn. But he's actually taking a bunch of damage from Caltrops, so I hadn't really considered that in my plans. Let's get this first. Oh no, let's get the energy, and then when we dagger throw him, we get rid of the reflex. And now we could burst a Deep Breath to draw 2 cards, and Bane him to end the fight. Yeah, 1,000 cuts is definitely what I want. We're gonna end the fight anyway, but 1,000 cuts will massively increase our damage. We're definitely on the defensive side in this deck. That seems good. We're doing a lot of those. And it'll also help work with our first time you discard. Oh, that's so good. Holy moly, that's so good. I love the bell, but I want the energy. The bell is great. A Timekeeper's really bad. That's the opposite of what we wanted. We get really strong by playing tons of cards. No. There's a double elite on this path. We could do that. There's a triple elite on this path. Let's see how these first 2 fights go. Is this artifact? No, this is gain strength. Let's start with a Noxious Fume. No. Let's start with an Afterimage and a Noxious Fumes. And this is plated armor, right? Yep. Let's get a terror on him right to start off the fight, and then play a doppelganger just because it blocks a little bit of damage. But we're gonna fossilize Helix this first turn anyway, so no big deal. Remember that thing we just pulled about discarding and being able to do damage? We haven't actually drawn that yet, or we haven't actually done any of that yet. So that sucks. I could Envenom, Sucker Punch, Piercing Wail here. And I'm gonna just drop this out of my deck. I've been very... Doppelganger's been very underwhelming. Enemies do too many things to just take a turn off that frequently. Let's Deep Breath first. Play a Footwork. We could Survivor our Corpse Explosion, and then Calculated Gamble. Now we could Bane. That seems doable. To take 1 damage. I'm okay with that. And then we have a bandage to fix ourselves up right afterward. Taking 2 burns, not the best case scenario. I've had better games where I don't get burned. But that's just life sometimes, you know? We're gonna Well-Laid Plans and Caltrops this turn. It's a little defensive, but you know what? That's the life we're stuck in right now, is just constantly turtling. Quite the opposite of what you would expect this lady in a robe to do with a dagger sticking out, is just turtle forever, but that's where we are. We're turtlers. And Wraithform is actually helping us do that really well. Get rid of this, and then we can Prepared. Get rid of a Tactician, get some extra energy, and it's like we just started. So now we can Quick Slash, we can Sucker Punch, and end the fight. Strength Potion, that's nice. Never gonna complain about that. A Bouncing Flask, we probably have the energy to utilize it. It works well with Corpse Explosion as well. But I think a Deadly Poison's just a little bit better. I don't think I want any of these cards. Although Backflip does seem fun. Let's see how this next fight goes. That first fight went pretty well. If we can pull a Corpse Explosion early in this, nope. Okay, of course not. Let's hit him with the classic combo of Noxious Fumes. Unfortunately, we're unable to discard a card this turn. Unless we draw a prepared. Nope. So we're going to take a little damage. We're going to take 3. That sucks. Do we have... Wait, why do they all start out weak? Oh, it's the red mask. I didn't really want to drop my Fossilized Helix right away, but it saves us. That's okay. We haven't actually drawn our Corpse Explosion, either of them, so that's not good. Dagger Throw... It sucks this guy has so much health. Kill the Exploder. That's nice. You discard a Reflex. I swear I lowered my mouse DPI or something. Just slowed down a lot. We could double Piercing Wail. Make sure nothing gets past us. I am gonna do that. And then I'm gonna Deadly Poison right after. You know what? I'm gonna Deadly Poison this guy. I still want to Corpse Explosion him, and I think it'll solve the rest of my issues. Only drawing one of my Corpse Explosions. I guess I drew one earlier, but I didn't use it. Oh, I discarded it. That's right. This guy explodes this turn, so that's not good. Let's bandage up, just because that's free money. Good backflip. Adrenaline. Corpse Explosion. Alright, we've shifted. Plans have changed. I gain an extra energy. We're gonna Sucker Punch that guy. We can backflip. Dagger Throw this guy. Because he's gonna take 30. Oh no, the fight's over. Yeah, the fight's over. Alright, well, whatever. It was a confusing one. But you know what? We're not gonna complain too much. It's a confusing one, for sure. But that's just how we work here. We just win all the time. Oh, a second upgraded Noxious Fumes. That would make the Timekeeper easier because I have to play less cards to do the same amount of, like, even more damage. Acrobatics works really well with our deck. Minus the final boss, which is stressing me out a little bit because I don't think we're going to have what we need to kill the final boss. This is the 3 elite path. I think I want to do that. But once we're committed to it, it's a lot of encounters. And not much of anything else. Is there even a shop on the way? There is no shop on the way. We'd have to call off and actually do the Fire Elite instead. I like lots of question marks. You know what? I'm going to go this way. Skip this elite, get this elite instead, and then go here so we can get 2 more. I want the question marks. Alright, well, an additional elite, fine. Never gonna complain about a cool, Take an 18 turn 1. Let's do this. Oh, yeah! Wow. Just because it costs 0, I'm gonna do this. Let's After Image Noxious Fumes, the Bomb, and Piercing Wail. And then we're gonna neutralize this guy. Oh, we're 1 energy short! Alright, let's drink our plated armor. How do we defensive our way out of this? I don't think we do. I think we go crazy and kill one of them. Let's start with backflip, see what we get. Oh, a corpse explosion. Nice. We pull a prepared here? Oh, not what I want. We're gonna take a bit of damage. We get the bomb in a minute. So he'll go down to 45. Drop down to 37. So at the end of this turn, everybody takes 40. Can we do 34 damage to him this turn? I don't think so, but we'll see. We could draw a second one. Oh, we could Wraith form it. Let's Wraith form. This works really well with our defensive plans. I want to drop another bomb. Wow, Wraith form is so good in this deck. Just saves us so much damage. And especially since we know this fight is going to end in 2 turns, it like doesn't matter at all. Damage? Fine. Fight's over. Fight's over. Tinksha. Tinksha. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Oh, okay. Another calculated gamble? With a Tinksha? Our plan might be changing here slightly. We're doing fairly well. Maybe we could go more into discards. What do we get? Oh, madness. I don't think I mind 2 madness actually. I have a lot of expensive cards. I think I wanted to go this way to get the more question marks. And then I could get a fireplace on the way. A campfire. Fireplace. Oh, I want a lantern really bad. I also want orange pellets though. I'm gonna do that and remove a card. I'm gonna get rid of Doppelganger. It is completely useless. I have at least one of them. I have never used this card well. And I'm not saying that's a slight onto Doppelganger. It's more of a problem with me. But you know what? Here we are, still having the issue. 1 of 3 random skill cards or 20 extra dex. I don't think I want 2 extra dexterity. We're gonna leave to upgrade a card. We're gonna heal to full. Now if I upgrade Doppelganger, is it useful? Yes. It is very useful if I upgrade it. So I wish I would have just done that to begin with. 3 intangible also seems really good. Just to close out fights. This going to 1 is really nice. The issue with this is it's 3 cost. Now that we have some energy relics, it's not as bad, but it's just so hard to play. It's really like a backup defensive, oh crap, I'm about to lose. Or I can end the fight by the time this wears off. That's usually what I've been using it for. Why do they have 3 strength? Did I give them somehow? I'm gonna take 10, turn 1, fine. And deal with that. Take a deep breath. We could probably drop a neutralize. Although what would be even better would be to drop terror, I think. We're gonna dagger throw the big one. We don't need a piercing wail right this second, but I'm gonna caltrops and I want a corpse explosion that one whenever I get the opportunity. Corpse explosion wraith form. I think this fight ends pretty quick. We're gonna take a ton this turn, but luckily we get our wraith form. Let's get rid of dagger throw. We'll go up to 5 energy, and we can wraith form, corpse explosion, and pretty much call this a day. Because the fight will end before I need to worry about that. No way this fight goes 3 more turns. If they manage to all heal each other for 50 somehow, I guess, you know, slay the Spire, you can take the win. Oh. Burst into madness seems like a good combo. Right. He just hands off the keyboard for the moment. This is great. Skip those. Ooh, this is nice. Just a nice AoE attack plus a discard. Oh, but at random. I don't love at random. Let's try an elite. A bit of an annoying one. Let's dagger throw to just make sure we get our extra energy. Drop a backflip before our terror, just in case. And terror him. And then I can doppelganger as well. Oh, it's not upgraded though. Oh, well, whatever. Good to exhaust it. We got 38 cards in our deck. It's so thick. Ooh. He's ethereal this turn. Intangible, I'm sorry. And I'm going to take 18, so I'll take 12. Can we get an Venom going? Drop a well-laid plans. And then we could Madness our Bane. Okay, we could Madness our Bane? Yeah. Unbelievable. So we're going to take 13 this turn, which sucks. Oh, 10 watch streak! Crazy! We could start off with our backflip. Adrenaline. Hit him with a double caltrops, and then deep breath. Calculated gamble. We're going to discard a bunch of cards, so he's going to take damage. We're going to dagger throw to get additional energy. We can piercing wail to make sure he does no damage this turn. Neutralize. Acrobatics. I'm going to drop off. I have my retain, so I'm going to hold on to my wraith form. I'm going to drop a sucker punch. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Get rid of a backflip, do a little extra damage, and call it a day. And then once we need our wraith form, we'll have it, and we'll probably have a ton of additional energy that we don't even need, just because of all these weird things we have. So never gonna complain about that. I would love to get rid of this Bane or this burn if possible. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, so I'm actually going to calculate a gamble it out. Second Noxious Fumes, discard our Corpse Explosion. No, discard our burn. And play a Footwork, and I can hold on to a Corpse Explosion. This build is turtle maxing, I think is what we'll call this one. Because basically what I do is not do much at all and poison kills them. So far that's been the case. I'm gonna play this. 6 extra? Maybe it's not worth it. I'd rather just draw the extra card. But we have this thing, which every time I discard, we deal 3 damage. I've been after imaging, so I do tons of block every time I play a card. Ooh, and I can actually Wraith Form this. I'm gonna Wraith Form this. This fight will be over in 3 turns. So basically, we've just been mega turtling. But I have stuff like a kite where every time I discard, the first time I discard something on a turn, I get an extra energy, so I have massive amounts of energy. Same with Happy Flower, so like every 3 turns I'll just be a little bit more energy rich than I expect it to be. But it's working out well. Like I should be able to do 11 damage here just because I play so many cards every turn. Invade him. Drop a Piercing Wail since he's not attacking. Play a backflip. A deep breath. Oh, we're gonna be so close. 4, 3. No, we're not gonna be able to do it. So close. Alright, that was a really easy elite fight. I'm happy about that. That is looking good for the future of this run. Against the Timekeeper, which is unfortunately who we're fighting as the final boss, it's not great, but it, you know. I don't want any of these. I want to get at least these next 2 elites, just because we can definitely handle them. I say that, and then I'm going to get mega owned on the next opportunity. Maybe this would be a good deck to fight the hard on. This still exhausts. We draw 4 cards. We could do the double prepared. Deep breath is always cool. I think I like the double prepared. Or we can upgrade our defensive cards. We can make like backflip better. I think I like double prepared. Just being able to choose basically what my starting hand is. Oh, are we good at fighting you? I don't even know. I guess we'll find out. I still want this. This is a good plan. We could burst Corpse Explosion you for 12 poison. That would be cool. Unfortunately, we have no way to discard anything. Gonna go down to 9. Yeah, we're gonna take 3 damage, but we have a fossilized helix, so it's gonna just ignore it. And our damage ramps really fast. Yeah, I don't know exactly how you get poisoned. You're sort of just a head sitting on the ground, but you know what? I am not one to tell you what your life is supposed to be like. You know, that's not my deal. I don't like that kind of thing. I haven't drawn Venomous or Envenom yet, so it doesn't really matter. Invulnerable you? We can Bane you? And then we can Piercing Wail you, just because I have a couple of them. I have 2 Piercing Wails, so... wait, do I have 2? Yeah, I have 2 Piercing Wails, so using 1 to just avoid some damage, I'm not complaining about. That is okay with me. Oh, he's gonna, like, buff. Oh, he's gonna annoy us this turn. Okay, a negative attack. I don't remember what this one is. Draw 2 cards. Let's Madness one of these cards, I guess. A Piercing Wail. Okay, that's not really what I wanted. That was a weak turn. We could have done a lot more if we had less terrible cards and more good ones. Oh, I get another weakening thing. This is weird. He's not doing much. Get rid of our Caltrops. Hit a deflect. Play a madness on our burst. And I'll play burst just because I can, I guess. But I'm gonna hold on to bandage. There's no reason to use that now. And then now would be the ideal time to draw ethereal. Our Ethereum. Or a calculated gamble or anything useful. But unfortunately we've done none of those things. So instead, we're gonna have to just tank a ton of damage. Actually not as much as I expected, so that's nice. Fossilized Helix is already dead. And take 19, that sucks. We could have made it out of this fight, I think, but oh well. Get rid of reflex. Oh, 2 to discard. We don't need this. These are not really what I wanted. I'm gonna calculate a gamble, the exhaustible one. Just to try to pull what I actually want. Nope, okay, I haven't gotten it. Still haven't gotten it. We have to get rid of 2. Sucker Punch, goodbye. Nope. Where are you? You're what I want. You're the one that I want. 18. Finally! God, take your time, why don't you? Alright, now we can actually focus on doing damage. Goodness gracious, that took forever. Let's take a dagger throw, so we can discard for next turn. More poison! More poison! I think you're probably right. More poison wouldn't be a problem. I'm gonna make sure we bandage, and then I'm gonna make sure I kill you. I haven't gotten good value out of a couple of my cards. Burst, I haven't used well, like at all. Doppelganger, I've arguably terribly misused. I've been terrible at it. I've been absolutely awful at using that card. But you know what? Just because we're so good at this game, it's working out anyway. That's the excuse I'm going to tell myself. Because we're so good, that's why it's working out. Not that I'm getting exceptionally lucky. You know, because you can only get lucky so many times. And hopefully my luck is not about to run out as I say that, and then I die on a hallway fight. Corpse Explosion would be really cool. Corpse Explosion has entered the chat. Let's hit the 55 one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the low damage one just because I'm going to Noxious Fumes anyway. And I want to After Image, and I definitely did that in the correct order. No one can tell me differently. And we're going to Fossilize Helix the first instance of damage, so we're good. Yeah, Luck Mac. Exactly. Sometimes you know what? You're right. Sometimes I just have to make a bad play in order to show Slay the Spire that I'm not actually lucky. You know, sometimes I get unlucky, and that's okay. And I gotta convince Slay the Spire of that. Not you guys, obviously, but Slay the Spire. They need to know. Is this to a random enemy or to all enemies? To a random enemy. We can do 20 this turn? Actually, it's a little more than that. Oh no, he's not. Wait, why isn't he? I messed something up. I thought he was vulnerable. Maybe not. Oh, he's dead. But none of the rest of them have taken any damage yet, so it doesn't matter. Let's Corpse Explosion him anyway. I should have Corpse Explosion the one that's gonna die. Ugh. Oh wait. Oh, He's double corpse explosion, so he does 102 damage. Oh, I did it correctly. See, exactly. You know, sometimes Slay the Spire just thinks, oh, he'll never get this attack, or he'll never see this play. And I just gotta prove, I gotta prove that sometimes I do see the play and it's not just luck. You know? That was that moment right there. How do I not take all this damage? Survivor? Where is my upgraded doppelganger? I never see it. It never shows up. Alright, at least we block all the damage. These stupid things are gonna steal all my... Wait, are these the things that steal cards? Or, oh no, they add wounds. Well, whatever. I've already got 40 freaking cards in my deck. What, do you think you're gonna make it worse? I can Piercing Wail all you nerds. Okay, I wasn't actually hoping to Piercing Wail, I was hoping to Wraith Form. I was trying to throw them off there, but obviously Slay the Spire has other ideas. Let's do that. Get rid of this. We could, that guy's dead. I'm gonna Madness something. Oh, and Envenom. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm gonna Footwork, Deflect. Bane this guy, or I could Bane this guy? I think I'm gonna Bane this guy. And then we'll Deadly, no. We're gonna Quick Slash this guy. Preparation. A Piercing Wail, and a Neutralize, no. Yes. Which is obviously going to put him within range of Deadly Poison. So we're going to get a free Caltrops, and Calculated Gamble isn't a useful card. So that'll call our turn. Yeah. Oh, we got more energy because the... Okay, this turn we're going to have a lot of energy. Oh, no, it doesn't... Gremlin Horn doesn't work with a poison deck. Oh, that sucks. And now we can Corpse Explosion the big one, I guess? Corpse Explosioning the big one doesn't matter, though. I guess I can Corpse Explosion the little one. I think it's just a waste of energy, actually. Alright. It landed on backflip. Could have been worse. I can Burst Piercing Wail. They all lose 12 damage. That would avoid all the damage this turn. So then I don't have to worry about it. And I can just think about doing more. Nice. So that's 2 damage. Don't care about that. I'm gonna Deep Breath. No, a Deep Breath is a waste. I should have Acrobatics, because I don't think I actually kited this turn. So, whatever. I think I'm too fond of powers in this game. I just like, I love powers. Powers are so fun. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. This side. Oh, it's that side. There we go. My green screen was messed up. I have no way to dispel, not dispel, to discard. So I am not going to ignore that Wraith Form is in this deck. And I'm going to Acrobatics instead. And we're gonna Dagger Throw you. Where did my Terror go? Did I already drop Terror? No, I used it earlier. Or I didn't use it earlier. Wait, does it exhaust? It does. What do I want to get rid of? Corpse Explosion, not useful. Neutralize. Sucker Punch or Well-Laid Plans? Sucker Punch. Well-Laid Plans might have been better. He's still got 50 health, but I think this fight ends in 2 turns, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe it ends in this turn, actually. Wow, that was bad. Misplay of the day right there. If I terrored that, it would have been absolutely fine. I mean, we win anyway just because we're luck maxing, but Still disappointing to see myself make a misplay like that. Even on the worst day, I don't want to be in the situation where I'm like, oh, I obviously misplayed something. Because you know, I'd rather be in the situation where I'm like, you know what? I saw the reasoning as to why I did that, and then my reasoning was flawed. But instead, I was just like, oh, I just didn't think about it because I was, I don't know, not paying attention. A regen potion seems good. Probably better than a skill potion. But actually, you know what? No, this does. Yeah, this is better. How? Now my focus shifts. How the heck do we deal with the timekeeper? Because our deck might be good, but is it good enough to deal with the timekeeper when we play a bajillion cards every single turn? I'm not so sure. You know? Hey, Flompling. You're watching me massively overestimate myself until I reach the timekeeper and then lose because I play too many cards in a single turn. Since I have Noxious Fumes, I think I'm going to Corpse Explosion this guy. And then I'm going to Deep Breath, draw and neutralize in a clutch series of events, and then backflip. And that's going to be it. I've not discarded a card this turn, although I could, and then actually get an extra energy. Deal a little bit of extra damage, and then pull a Caltrops as well, and make sure that people die faster than I expected them. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Do I want to regen this fight? Or do I want to regen in the Timekeeper fight? I think I'm gonna. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna Wraith Form. That's a little bit spookier than I expected. So I'm gonna prepare just to get the extra energy. We could. Oh, you know what we should do is double Corpse Explosion. The old classic. Can we double Corpse Explosion in this turn? We can. Oh, I have to get rid of 2. Double Corpse Explosion, Banye, and I think we just win. Yeah, we do. Easiest fight of my life. Easiest fight of my life. I didn't get to draw my bandage, but that's okay. Extra Banye would be good. I don't think I want any of this. Being at 38 cards is a little weird because it's harder than I expected to be able to draw the cards I want. I have so many cards. What is gonna help me against this guy? This would be good. Then I can make all my cards just better. My final decision. More Doppelganger seems good. Well, a useful Doppelganger, considering I mess it up every single time I use it. I think Burst would be good. It'll make me have to play less cards in order to do more. Fossilized Helix will help me ignore the first turn. And I have a Wraith form for later. I think I need well-laid plans for sure. After image. Noxious Fumes is a big part of the way we're gonna deal with this. And then I'm gonna Deep Breath, because I actually want to hold on to Wraith form for most of this fight. Oh, okay, I could just draw my other Calculated Gamble, whatever. Never mind. What was I saying? Something about Wraith form? Stupid card, didn't want it anyway? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I said Wraith form was a stupid card and I didn't want to draw it for the rest of this fight. Pretty sure. I should have drank this to begin with as well, but whatever. Keep poisoning him? Discard something like a bandage. Hit him with a footwork. Can I play one more card this turn? I can. But I hate to drop a Piercing Wail right at the beginning of the fight. I'm going to anyway, just to make sure I get a full turn next turn. $31. That sucks. Envenom, probably not the pick. Although if I land it with a Madness, that would be good. Let's get rid of our Doppelganger. Play both Caltrops and our Deflect, Madness, and then play the Envenom as well. And I don't have any energy left, so it doesn't really matter. There are too many skills that draw cards. I don't want to use it and completely waste it. Alright, we're up to 23 energy. Could be worse. Nice, nice. Adrenaline. I got 6 cards to play this turn. Nice. High value. Only 9. Okay, let's drop our regen now. Drink this. I like that. We have 2 additional energy, but we could also give him a lot of weak, so he just hits less hard in the future. That only gives us 1 card to play next turn. Let's do this, actually. We can retain... draw 2 extra cards. I can't really tell whether this is going well or not. I think we're gonna get killed, but we'll see. I have to discard 2 cards? Why? What did I just play? Prep? Get rid of Corpse. Bane would be nice. Terror would be good. We're gonna survive 36 damage, but not by much. So I think I need to play some defensive stuff. I landed on Bane. Okay. I'm okay with that. Do we have Envenom? We do have Envenom. So maybe we should start just dealing some damage. Deep breath first. Neutralize, Dagger Throw. Once again, I'm going to take a lot of damage. It's not as bad as before, but it's pretty bad. Just get this out of my deck. I don't need it. Where is Wraithform? Get up here. I can retain Burst for next turn. Take 15. Oh, finally. Okay. Wraithform has arrived. And we'll bandage up as well. Now all your strength does not matter at all. Loser. Now we just have to finish this fight in 3 turns or we lose. Which seems doable-ish. I hope. Let's backflip first. Backflip again. Bane. Get rid of this and 1 of these. 63. So he's dead in 2 turns. Which is great. How many turns do we, or how many cards do we have left to play? A couple. I think we're done. I don't think we need to just waste cards that we could play. I'm gonna hold on to Prepared. I don't know what the end of this fight looks like. So, yeah, that's sort of what I was worried about, is him resetting completely. I was hoping he would not do that, but I don't think I've fought this guy before. So that's kind of terrible. How we deal with that, I'm not sure. I think it has something to do with re-poisoning him. And that's gonna end our turn, actually. Hold on to a dagger throw. Yeah, that's sort of the worst case scenario there, I think. Yeah, real bad. This first. Get rid of a quick slash. Acrobat. Acrobat a deflect. Do this. Drop a backflip. Hit it prepared. Get rid of a tactician and a corpse explosion because I can't afford it anyway. We can burst survivor. Let's do this though, just do a little more damage to him. We could throw out a deadly poison, that's nice. We get 6 cards for next turn. 45, huh? And we're gonna do 18 damage to him with him attacking us, so that's nice. 34. Oh no, it's gonna be so close. And I only have 6 cards to play this turn. Oh, I think this might be it, fellas. It's gonna be close, but I don't think I have enough damage. I need to do 22 more. Get rid of this. Draw this. $41. I need to do 6 more. Did I do it? I think I did it. I did it. Oh my god, that one was close. That's the closest I've ever been on the final boss. Easily the closest I've ever been. Oh, I just turtled the whole game. The whole run, I just turtled. Turtle, 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 turtle. Oh, not even an unlock, but that's A2 unlocked on the silent, finally. Oh, that was a good run. It was slow though. It was a really slow run. I got lucky so many times. I pulled Wraith Form exactly when I needed it. I got cards that I needed all the time. And I just pulled the right cards in my deck. I had 40 cards, I had 38 cards. I was constantly getting lucky. That was, what a terrible way to plan a run. It worked out, but it was just, I shouldn't have won that one.